Hey friends, welcome back to the homestead. We have been crazy busy. Kids are starting school. We're going to be homeschooling all three of them this year, so we're really excited about that. So are they, I think. Anyways, we're doing it. We've also got a big event coming up this weekend for our local volunteer fire department. We're doing a virtual Red Apple Days festival. Usually we hold an actual festival and go out in the park and set up games for the kids and have lots of vendors and live music and fun and games and pageants and all kinds of crazy stuff. We can't do all that this year, but we're hosting a virtual event, so we're going to be doing some virtual things. And here in just a little bit, I've got to go help my wife do some virtual Zoom meetings with some of her contestants, so that'll be fun. But I wanted to take you on a real quick tour and show you some updates on the great potato experiment and some of our pumpkins that we've got growing up, and then show you how the chickens are doing now that they've started to integrate a little bit more with each other, especially Scarlet, how well she's doing, because she's starting to heal up really well. She's still a little bit skittish around the other ones, but she'll get out there and eat and peck around, so that's a good sign. So let me take you into the garden first and show you what we got going on with the potatoes. Well, here we are at the corner of our potato bed, and I'm sorry, but curiosity gets the better of me sometimes, and I just couldn't wait. It's been, what, about 10 days since we put these things in the ground, and I did bury them a little bit deeper than you would normally bury potatoes. I think usually you bury it a couple inches deep, and I went and buried these about 6 inches deep because that's what I did last time. And so we're sitting waiting for these things to pop up out of the ground, and I'm not seeing anything, and I'm just kind of driving me crazy, wondering if they're actually growing or if they're just sitting in the ground rotting. So this morning I did a little excavating, and I dug out right here where this potato plant was buried, and let's see if I can find it. Yeah, there it is, right there. I'll bring you in here and show you this little shoot. And so we got this little tiny shoot that's growing right up, and I did dig down a little bit deeper, and it is coming right up off that potato. So we're going to cover this back up just a little bit more, let it mature a little bit more, and see if it'll manage to work its way up. I'm just going to leave it, this one, about 2 inches lower than all the others. And now this morning when I came out here, I didn't see anything else popping up, and that's kind of what was getting me a little antsy. But this afternoon when I came out and checked, I saw a little something over here, so come check this out. So up here in this corner, got one little sprout popping up right there. I was about ready to give up hope and count it a loss, but alas, it has fooled me once again. And remember, these were those little itty bitty potatoes, and I started them, I cut them in half, and I put them in an egg carton and filled the egg carton halfway up with water so that the tops of the potatoes were just sticking out. And I just let it sit there for, about a week and a half, 2 weeks, until they started to sprout just a little tiny bit. And we put them in the ground, and sure enough, we got at least 2 that are growing. So that's some encouragement right there. Let me show you what's going on with our pumpkins over here. Now we're over here in our pumpkin patch, and these guys, I mean, I'm kind of impressed. I know we don't have any pumpkins yet, but these things are growing like crazy. These are doing really, really, really well, and I'm super happy about the quality of these little seeds that we threw in the ground, because my daughter wanted some pumpkins. So this is a lot of fun. The giant pumpkins are growing up humongous. These are our winter squash blend and our jack-o'-lanterns, and it's interesting. I don't know which ones we soaked and which ones we didn't, but it seems like about half of them are growing up a lot more than the other half, and I'm wondering if the ones that are really taking off are the ones that we soaked or the ones that we didn't. So maybe next time we'll take a little bit better care of paying attention to where we're planting things and what we've done. But my daughter wanted to get them in the ground, and she was helping out, so we let her go to town. Our squash isn't doing too great. It's like this one is, yeah, pretty well spent, but we are getting we are getting some off of it still. So we'll continue to let this grow until it stops producing anything, and then we'll tear it out and see what other kind of messes we can make with it. So yeah, there's our pumpkins growing up like crazy. Ooh. Hi chickies. Hello chickens. How's everybody doing, huh? How are we? Oh, that one's empty completely, isn't it? That one's empty completely. We'll go get you some more water, okay? Here we go. Here we go. Yep. Here you go. Nice clean water. Oh, Scarlett, you're okay. You're okay. Come here. Come here. Now here's Scarlett, as you can see. She's, oh. Hey, Scarlett, you guys stop. Here's Scarlett. She's doing a whole lot better. She's starting to heal up quite well. Feather back out on her head. Yes? You want to say hi to the camera? Say hi. You think I'm crazy, don't you? Who's this crazy guy? So, but she's doing really well. The rest of the flock is able to be outside without getting hurt or pecked on. They're starting to grow up a little bit more. I probably introduced them to the other birds just a little bit too soon, a little bit before they were ready. They were feathered out and probably big enough to take care of themselves, but they just had no idea what they were doing. One would go out in the run, it would get stuck and get pecked on, and that's kind of what ended up happening with them. But for the most part, now that they're a lot bigger and starting to grow up, and they're almost the same size as the older chickens, they seem to be able to hold their own. Yes, the mean one. This is the mean one. Always picking on the babies, aren't you? Yep. So, but they seem to be doing well. And we gotta clean up their tarp after the storm blew it over. Get all that cleaned up and put a new one up for them. So, yeah, everything seems to be going well for the chickens. Yes, they are. All right, yeah, so that's our update. We've got some potatoes that are growing. We're starting to sprout. We've got pumpkins that are growing up a lot more than I was expecting, so they're doing really good. We've got chickens that are incorporating with each other and healing up quite nicely. Hopefully those babies will start to be laying eggs soon, and we'll have a fully functioning flock of birds. Yeah, lots of fun stuff happening on the homestead. So we're going to be crazy busy this week, doing lots of things here in our community and around town, and getting the kids ready for school. So just keep us in your prayers and in your thoughts. If you liked this video or thought it was entertaining or informative in any way, hit the thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button and keep up with all the other things that we've got going on the homestead. So we appreciate you watching. We'll see you guys on the next video. All right, crazy chickens, you're gonna freak out. I'm taking your roof away. Don't freak out too much.